Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, please abiding by AFTERBIRTH Plus. We're doing stuff, we're making moves, Eden runs. Nothing could possibly stop us. Right now, something could stop us. We have 15 rate of fire. Here's our seed, by the way. We have 15 rate of fire. Combine that with under 3 damage and no HP, and we're starting a little bit on the low side. But can we talk positives here? We have an amazing trinket that's actually going to help mitigate a lot of our damage woes early on. We have a spacebar item that we would definitely consider to be meta relevant, if there is some meta to this game. Dude, we also just got an all stats up, which is not that incredible, except the HP is extremely useful. And I'm not saying, you know, SMB Superfan is not good. It's good, and it does give us a little bit of everything, but mostly early on, it's the HP that really interests me. I just realized, by the way, we also have an XL floor, which is extremely good, but also my damage, dude. Please, please. Like, I don't want to take damage, but simultaneously, I'm like, I have to get in there with my orbital, and this orbital sucks. Okay, so that was the worst fight I've ever seen against Duke of Flies, and I've learned my lesson, and we will never return to that accursed room until we've seen what's going on in our other item room. The stars. The scissors is also very bad. Certainly not as good as Book of Sin. So I think now, this is right about the time you remember that on our last run we had a pretty powerful Incubus Mom's Knife run that allowed us to get a little bit too deep into, you know, media philosophy without ever being forced to touch down and discuss Isaac. Okay, be careful. On this run, mayhaps it would behoove us to be a little bit more prudent, you know? Slow your roll, so to speak. It's very, very, very important that we get this deal with the devil. We have 2 HP. We can give 1 away for a pretty good item, even if it doesn't give us HP in return. But what we cannot, if it's within our power, we cannot afford for this run to not get a deal with the devil and then get mired in mediocrity forever. So Little Horn, all I need him to do is start throwing bombs. Once he starts throwing... Oh, that was so close. Once he starts throwing bombs, he'll hit himself. It's all over. Run. Excuse me, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we had him, despite also never even having our car. Alright, so, I mean, we did what we could. You can't always, you know, you can't ever control what's inside the deal with the devil. You just got to accept what you've been given, take your HP, go down to the next floor, and sincerely bank on getting something useful. It doesn't even have to be like this floor. Is this XL? No, just regular. But it has to be pretty soon, because our DPS is still really, really bad. Now it has improved floor over floor, but we didn't get very much DPS improvement specifically, and we also just, I mean, we burned 2 floors worth of item rooms and boss rooms, so, you know, I mean, you get the idea. But we got a better deal with the devil set up here. Feels weird to be talking about Isaac again. After half an hour of not talking about it at all. Thank you, Niantic, by the way, for not having armored Mewtwo raids in my area temporarily, so that I was able to have a little bit of time to fit in a second episode. Sometimes people ask me, like, you know, is Pokemon Go fun to play? The answer to the question, by the way, is yes, it is fun to play. Then people ask, what do you do? And really, all you do is you walk around And sometimes Pokemon appear. You basically tap on them. You do a little swiping motion. Now they're your Pokemon. What's fun about that? What's fun about that is actually that it's a great excuse to get out of the house. I know it makes me sound like I'm an old man, and I definitely should have been there, you know, back when the game originally came out. Back then, I didn't respect the value of getting outside as much as I respect it now. I was a younger man and a dumber man. Hold on. Is there anything in here? But sometimes I feel like, oh, that's so bad, dude. Sometimes I feel like as core gamers, we do ourselves a disservice, you know? I like, if I use all my keys, I use all my keys, but I like some complicated games. You don't shoot the messenger, okay? Like, Slay the Spire is a complicated game once you get to 820. Is it accessible? Sure, dude. Obviously. I tried to jump. Instead, I'm just going to take Book of the Dead. You know, I played hundreds of hours of EU4 and Crusader Kings 2, both. Don't ruin this deal with the Devil Chance. This is a big one. I like complicated games, but when you turn up your nose at something like Pokemon Go, you do so out of ignorance. From a core mechanic standpoint, battling is just pick the right Pokemon and tap on the screen. There's even less strategy involved for the most part than in like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, which is, you know, without being insulting, very, very, very easy. Despite the fact that I did wipe once. But you should always wipe. At least once, in my opinion. Controversial, I know. Definitely should have used Book of the Dead there as well. We could really use the orbital help. Thank God for Locust of White Flies. The real value of Pokemon Go is A, getting outside, and B, you know, interacting with the shared... I'm going to go for something a little better. A shared game environment with other people. As crazy as it might sound, sincerely, that's the value. It's not a game, you know, and also apparently it's like just truly horrible if you live in the country. Interesting. All right, all right. We took a lark. We upgraded Book of the Dead to Satanic Bible, which is honestly, you know, you might think that we actually missed out on an item there, and we did. We could have gotten an HP upgrade out of it as well, but just that upgrade itself is worth a lot. But the real value is stuff that is kind of outside of the game. It's the meta game in its own way, you know, getting people together for raids, and giving you an excuse to walk outside. Now, you know, should you need an excuse to walk outside? Who cares? And I can see myself being the kind of guy who would be like, well, doesn't it, like back in the day, doesn't it mean something if we have to have an excuse to walk outside? There goes our deal with the devil, so there goes my motivation to flawless this fight. Maybe not. We're actually in a pretty scary situation still. Wow. Thank you, Old Bandage, for saving my run. Possibly. Let's not get hit just so that we don't have to apologize to this Old Bandage. Told you. God, he's good. Or is he? He's good. Guppy's hairball. Dude, we need desperately some damage, some DPS, please. It's, you know, if gamified positivity makes you feel an incentive to improve yourself, then so be it. Who cares? Oh, it's not as pure as somebody who does it for, you know, intrinsic reasons. Having worked out, you know, and having learned skills, you know, having, like, gone back to school for several years, learned programming. And now with the diet and the fitness and even, you know, with the running back in the day and the cycling. I have a theory about, like, positive habits that I think is very applicable. And it's the actual... Man, I'm bad, dude. The actual hardest part of a habit is, like, the first few times that you do it. Eventually, very quickly, even after just a couple of weeks, it feels weird to not do it once you've started doing it. So if Pokemon Go encourages you to get outside of your house, take a walk. You know, go see some parts of the city you ain't ever seen before. Maybe meet some people that are doing raids in your neighborhood. If it motivates you to do that, I think that is a very positive thing. And I think that after a month, maybe you'll be like, you know what? I should just take a walk. Maybe I'll just take a walk today, even though there's nothing going on in Pokemon Go. It's like the same thing with respect to fitness. You know, one piece of advice that has kind of echoed with me, and I'm past that super beginner point now. Not to be braggadocious, but you know, people, they get hung up on what's the absolute best way to do this. I want to have shoulders like Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's the best shoulder routine for me? You know, I've never worked out a day in my life. And people say, hey, you know, here's the list of programs that have been certified as being real good. But if you don't want to do that, if you see some kind of weird fad workout, go ahead. Do whatever. Go to the gym, try 20 exercises, and just do the ones you like for a bit. Come back after a month, and you got the habit of already going to the gym, and then, you know, you're going to start looking, you're going to get more intense about it. You're going to be like, what should I really do? I'll do a push-pull leg split. I'll do a Pro Z, CLP, BBB, 531. You know, you get the idea. I don't really, you know, maybe it's not a... maybe you're not doing right things for the intrinsic reason right off the bat, but I think if you do things that are good for you, even if there is a gamification associated, get into the habit, you decide you like it, it can help you out. That's my feelings about Pokemon Go. I'll admit that, you know, sometimes I'll be... Like last Saturday was a great example. It was Saturday afternoon, didn't know what to do. I was kind of a little bit bored. Kay wasn't feeling well. I thought, okay, what could I do? Well, I could sit around and be bored for a while. I've done that for, you know, pretty much my entire teenage existence, so I'm not totally unfamiliar with it. And, you know, that would be fine. Maybe check out a new video game or something like that, but I say, you know what? You know what? If I'm bored right now, why don't I just boot up the old Pokemon Go? Go take a walk outside. Then it'd be in like my whole day. I did it for like 4 hours. I did it for like 2 hours, came home, charged my phone, did it for another 2 hours after that. Once it was fully charged again. And I would say it was a positive thing. I think people have the idea that, like, you know, you played 4.5 hours of this game, you must be addicted. Really, it was just like, I don't know what else to do, so like, I'll just take a walk, and while I'm walking, you know, it's the same as like listening to music. Same as watching a television program. You're like, I'll just enhance my walk a little bit. So I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm in real danger. Yeah, the doors actually literally just opened for me because this room took us too long. So I am desperately... I think that's happened to us under 5 times in my entire Isaac career. I am desperately seeking a DPS upgrade. Thanks for the book, by the way. I'm desperately seeking a DPS upgrade, and I will give up like all of our HP to get it. I will also accept, by the way, unorbital. But like, Big Fan is just not good, is the problem. Big Fan just kind of sucks. I'll also accept some bombs. Like right now, you got me in a tough position, alright? I'm using Guppy's Hairball as my DPS leader. Does this strike you as a situation that has, you know, is a positive influence for all involved? Because it doesn't strike me as that. Now, it's a mercy that we are not behind schedule. You know, we're about to be, but we're not super behind schedule. Oh my god. Please. Okay, you know what? Now, for DPS purposes, you know what I'm going to use? the Demon Hearts. I'm gonna use the Demon Hearts to clear the rooms, because this is, we're approaching an insane level of offensive impotency. Go. Bombs, please. No bomb. It's alright. Rom Mega is a very non-tanky enemy. Now, he's hard to hit. Should we hit him, he will be destroyed. We did get a deal with the devil. It's not Krampus. Rejoice. But still, our DPS at the 5th floor is probably below what you would expect it to be at the end of the average 1st floor, to be honest. Alright, I'm opening the door because it's getting a little hot in here. This is my punishment for taking Mom's knife on the last run. It's a cosmic punishment, and I accept it. A speed down is, you know, it's the kind of thing it would tilt an inferior mind. It will not tilt me. Because I understand that, you know, Marcus Aurelius, he said, you can't control the difficulty of your Isaac run, but you can control your reaction to it. And those, I think, are honestly words to live by. So, unless you have for sure items, and you don't, I will not be doing that. Mostly because I have a certain level of self-respect. And I refuse to debase myself by torturing myself with rooms unlikely to provide a benefit. In fact, quite the opposite. You could provide me with merely a few troll bombs and laugh about it. Like a juvenile Mario Maker 2 level creator. Put a little mushroom in a pit, then when you try to jump out, hidden blocks that get you trapped in there. It doesn't tilt me about Mario Maker, because Mario Maker is so... I mean, it's just smartly designed. I don't want to say it's like genius, necessarily, but... the way that they allow you to guilt-free skip a level, if, you know, even for any reason, sure. Does it invite possibly skipping levels that are just too hard so that you can inflate your Mario ego by thinking you're better than you are? I'm in this photo, and I don't like it. However, it also allows you, whenever you get a level that trolls you by putting you in a pit and then putting hidden blocks on top of you, you can just skip it, and it's so good. I don't even give them the satisfaction of a boo. Because that would imply, I'm mad, bro. Instead, I just hit him with an easy skip. And go, you know what? Different people want different things out of Mario levels, and I accept that. But what I never want is to be incentivized to walk into something, and then, you know, when you walk into it, you're like, hey, you know how you walked into it? Well, you can't walk out. It's like, Mario's innocent, dude. The level designer is leading them. It's like, to trap them in a pit and play the laughing troll gif is basically like, you know, tricking your pet. Like, it's not only easy to do, but it should also make you feel bad, because, like, the pet trusted you. The pet, you know, you were supposed to be the steward of that pet's life, and instead of, like, working towards a good time, you went, haha, dummy. You went in a pit that there's no way you could have conceivably known that hidden blocks would have stopped you from getting out of. Don't you feel like an idiot? But I understand, it's a holdover from, like, I don't know if it's a Kaizo holdover? Kaizo. Shoji. But it's like, wow, it's a great shot. I'm not mad. I'm mad. It's a holdover from, like, YouTube rage compilations. Also, just not a good fit for Endless. Possibly a good fit if you're just trying to beat the level in general. But it's also annoying because designing a troll pit takes literally no skill or creativity whatsoever. I know it sounds like pure salt. I suppose it kind of is. But it's not really, because you just, like... now when a level is bad, you just leave. You just skip it. So it's not... there's nothing to be salty about, you know? But literally to be like, hey, walk over here, there's a reward. And then when you pick up the reward, you can't get out. I don't feel like my own hubris got me. You know, I just feel like, okay, you killed me. Congrats, brother. Stick to intramurals, brother. Regardless. Mario Maker, dude. Oh, what a game. I'm trying to keep my conversation flowing, because I think... So literally what I was just about to say was I think if I keep my conversation flowing, I'll get hit less. If I get hit less, I'm begging you, dude. I'm begging you. If I get hit less, my odds of preserving our deal with the devil chance are as high as they'll ever be. Get a deal with the devil. So many deals with the devil can instantly bail us out. And I don't mean to sound entitled, but we kind of need that bailing. The less item rooms there are in the game, in fact, just, you know, more mathematically speaking, the less item pedestals are left in the game, the less opportunity we have to incrementally pull ourselves out of the doldrums here. And instead, we have to... Please. We have to rely on kind of those Hail Marys, of which we have no real way to guarantee the existence of. I'll tell ya, you know, if you think I love hitting dead ends now... Yep. Imagine having this level of DPS on the chest, or the cathedral, or even the womb, and hitting the same dead ends after going in a direction for 10 minutes. Because that's, right now, is where we're headed. There's bailout chances. We're not going to get anything from the boss here, but there's still a, like, roughly a 1 in 5, 5.5, I guess, chance. Like a 2 in 11 chance of getting a deal with the devil here, which would be highly, highly fantastic. Pretty much would just be the most owned thing of all time. I would feel like we pwned the game with our elite skills. And, boy, I'll tell you, it'd be real exciting. Unless it was Krampus, in which case I would pick up my keyboard and toss it through the drywall. Just kidding. Eyes drywall nervously. Oh, woo. But, no, like, no kidding. This is a big moment for us. Might seem like, and you're complaining a lot. Why are you complaining? Well... You know, if you think that we just barely missed boss rush, please keep in mind, we were like 3 minutes ahead of schedule after we left the first floor. And we weren't particularly fast on the first floor. We just happened to have a small floor that it was an XL floor. And since then, we've had 2 fairly decent damage upgrades and 1 absolutely catastrophic out of nowhere tears down that I blame myself for. I do. Well, I mean, I blame the developers mostly, but I blame myself for not having a little bit more hesitancy when we approached it at first. So I imagine... Oh, thank you for moving. I imagine this is going to be a bit on the long side as far as mom fights go. I beg you, please, for a deal with the devil that, although mathematically undeserved, is spiritually highly deserved. We've done, I mean, all I've got the power to do in order to keep our chances alive here. I beg you, sir, if only for the viewers, not for me, but for the viewers, provide to me smallest amount potential offensive ability. No deal with the devil. It's a real problem because I also got hit, which means we will probably lose our deal with the devil chance in the future. But you have my word. We will try to keep it alive. If we lose it, we will definitely use our orbital aggressively, because sadly it is still our best DPS dealer. 2 very rude pills, mocking me, always, with their pharmaceutical punchlines. Okay, that one is on me. At the same time, how much can one man take before he's pushed to the edge? Forced to use Big Fan to kill every single enemy he's ever come across. Traipsing down dead end after dead end, he walks a lonely road. This is where it's a musical now. The only road that he has ever known. On the top right map, he wants to go to the boss, but it doesn't exist. He walks alone. He walks alone. He walks alone. What are you doing, brother? Go ahead. What are you gonna do? Hit me? If I could turn back time, where did things, and this is not, we're not sunk, mostly thanks to Old Bandage, which is a sad sentence. Where did this go wrong? I honestly don't have a good answer. I feel like maybe, I don't know, man. Could have gotten more out of the reroll item room. What are you gonna do? Kill me? We only gotta live for 5 more rooms, and then we can, the tears down pill definitely didn't help. We only gotta live for 5 more rooms, and then we can, get a single spirit heart to help us out. I feel like, and I don't think that anything's changed in Isaac, I think it's, you know, clumped variants. Unfortunately. Oh my god, we're back. But we've had a lot of runs that are just like, hey, you know how you need damage to win? You don't got any. I feel like we've had more and more of that lately. I also, like, I know this is probably insufferable. Just grown baby complains about video game not giving him a free win. But, like, thank you. I was just gonna ask for, like, some bombs, dude. Would really help out. Help us skip bad rooms, you know, put out a little bit of extra DPS against the bosses. Like, I don't want to use a bomb to skip every room. But to just preserve our sanity on this run. Like, do the math. 5 damage, 17 rate of fire. I think that's like lower DPS than your average Eden start. I mean, just look at the items, dude. We only have 8 items. How does that even happen? Did I skip like 12 item rooms? Were they all spacebar items? Now I'm having a horrible moment where I'm like, okay, I've been on autopilot in Isaac for, you know, 20 minutes. Did the autopilot algorithm mess up? Doesn't even seem conceivable. So everything, he tanked a bomb to the face. Just for the, as long as we're keeping score at home. Everything in this run right now, in my opinion, relies on beating the odds on this deal with the devil. Maybe we just fight the Fallen again? Oh, dude. Okay. Algis definitely beats the devil here. I don't really care if we take damage on the way in, as long as we Algis and just... I don't even know if we'll be able to kill the average boss in 1 Algis, but we're definitely gonna friggin' try, dude. This should be doable. Alright, so, like, honestly, the misery will continue for 1 more floor. Following that, I mean, if we live through the floor, that is. If we could just build a couple of demon hearts. Please. I don't even have the speed to move. I'm trapped. Turn this thing off, dude. I'm dry. Ah. He's doing it. Okay. Is an interesting option, but it's unusable. If I could get in there to get the battery charge, I flipping would, dude, but I can't. This is the one, okay? It's a big room with weak enemies, and we have a demon heart. Now, you might be saying, surely this man's not going to throw his demon heart away just to kill these enemies. No, no, no. What I mean is, this is a huge moment for us to possibly build a second demon heart and have a little bit of tolerance to taking damage, or to throw it away for no reason except, well, there's a very valid reason. Honestly, the valid reason is, no sane human being that was not recording a run like this for their YouTube channel would ever persevere. They would all hold R at this point and move on to a run that was actually fun. Me, on the other hand, you know, some people say, NL, if you're not having fun, just reset the run. Nah, nah, nah. You don't understand. It's not about me having fun. It's about the audience having fun. Though it seems counterintuitive. After watching enough Mario Maker content, I get it now. It is / can be fun to watch people suffer. Not like on a literal level, that's horrible. But on a rhetorical level, to watch someone suffer, as long as they're still providing entertainment alongside of it, is a beautiful concoction. Just a bomb, like. So like if I just, oh, I'm frustrated with the run and I stop talking, that's really bad. But if you're frustrated with the run, you build up moments, that's how you end up with your dang old dry babies, you know? These are sanity throws. I'm trying above all else to keep my sanity. That does require using my orbital from time to time. By the way, you might be like, NL, why not use Book of Shadows or Book Satanic Bible? The reason is very complicated. I think maybe our best Hail Mary, and I will use it there to stay alive, is to use Satanic Bible on the boss room to ensure that we have a demon heart protection during the boss room. Dude, just open the door, dude. Just let me out. Just let me out of the room, man. So I think that, I mean, you might be saying, well, by not using Satanic Bible as much as possible, you're compromising your ability to build multiple spirit hearts. My anecdotal evidence from being out on the job here tells me that that's not something we need to be concerned about right now. I think being selective with our charges is probably unlikely to save us, but the kind of thing you gotta try. I'm begging you, sir. Not this room. Thank you for no troll bombs. Very much appreciated. Well, they're really gonna have us kill Mom's heart. You know what? There's a way out. And I think we will probably die on the Mom's heart fight. But I want you to know, without a single doubt, I'm giving this my all. Even if it looks, you know, looks can be deceiving. Go play the scene for yourself, make the same decisions I made, and then see if you feel the same freaking way. Didn't quite get the stone chest, which was honestly what I was looking for. If I could just get another bomb, I'm willing to give it a shot. It's not a bomb. It's a heart. beg you. Not just a mom heart kill will not be enough. Oh no, dude. We need the deal with the devil kicker at the end. Though I hate to say it. Now our damage is an unbelievable 7.23. Probably taking us to around the level of your average caves run. So, I'm feeling pretty fresh. Hoping Guppy's hairball's blocking the shots. Pretty scared to move. But it has to be done from time to time. I mean, I can't point to like a single stat that we have and be like, that's good. I guess 1 luck is objectively good. 5 HP at this point is not objectively good, for the record. You might be like, hey, dude, if you have 5 HP, you're set. Well, usually because you got, you know, you've traded 4 hearts away for some kind of offense. In this case, oh, not so much. Deserved, but simultaneously, good God, work with me. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. We can't possibly have a worse run next episode. So I'll see you then.